Tropical Storm Ian first formed in the Central Caribbean on September 23rd and strengthened into hurricane on September 26th with maximum winds of 105 miles an hour. As it transitioned into a hurricane, Ian officially met the National Hurricane Center's threshold for a rapid intensification, gaining strength from 35 miles an hour in wind speeds within a 24-hour time period. During the night on September 26th and into the morning of September 27th, Ian once again quickly intensified over the warm waters and emerged into the Gulf of Mexico as a Category 3 hurricane. With maximum sustained winds of 115 miles an hour, Ian was the strongest hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico since Hurricane Irma in 2017. By the next morning, on September 28th, Ian had intensified into a Category 4 hurricane with maximum sustained winds of 155 miles an hour, just shy of a Category 5 storm. Ian hit our Bonita Springs coast at 3:05 with sustained winds of a maximum of 150 miles an hour and with gusts reaching up to 216 miles per hour. As the 5th strongest hurricane to hit the U.S., Ian's thrashed our Bonita coastline and left us with widespread damage from its intense winds, heavy rainfall, and catastrophic storm surge. This Category 4 hurricane killed at least 148 people in Florida. The majority of its victims drowned from the near 18-foot storm surge, making Ian the deadliest hurricane to strike the state of Florida since 1935. Ian ripped boats from our waters, swept homes off their foundations, left over 200,000 homes without power, and flooded our coastal neighborhoods at an unprecedented 12 to 18 foot above sea level. The severe, widespread damage from Hurricane Ian made this storm the 3rd costliest storm in the history of the United States. After the storm surge subsided, the Bonita Springs firefighters made it their way to the most affected areas and began to grasp the devastation that Ian had left. The storm covered Bonita Beach neighborhoods and roads with sand and debris. And in other places, Ian completely eroded our sandy beaches and the foundations to our coastal condos and stilted homes. In addition to Bonita Springs, the cities of Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples were particularly hit hard, leaving over 500,000 residents without power in the storm's wake and numerous inhabitants forced to take refuge on their roofs and then put into shelters. Sanibel Island, Fort Myers Beach, Pine Island were decimated by the storm surge, which destroyed nearly all standing structures and damaged both Sanibel Causeway and the Matt Lachey Bridge to Pine Island, entrapping those left on the islands for several days until rescue crews could make it there through helicopters, barges, and other vessels. As Ian came ashore, the men and women of the Bonita Springs Fire Department were here to protect and render aid to every citizen and visitor, not only just for Bonita Springs, but for Naples, Fort Myers, Sanibel, and Fort Myers Beach. Even when their own homes were damaged and many of them displaced, we were there for you, to protect you and to render aid, because you all are worth it.